Hey guys, thanks for joining me with Learn to Play Games again. I'm here again with Eric Lang. We get to talk to him twice in one weekend. This is super exciting for me and hopefully for you guys. He just announced today a brand new game that they're working on. He's co-working on with another developer. Can you tell me what this exciting new game is?
The game is called Death May Die. It is about shooting Cthulhu in the face.
Because we've all wanted to do that before.
You darn tootin' we are. And I'm designing it with Rob Davio, who's designed Pandemic Legacy, Risk Legacy, other Legacy. He's done lots of Legacy games and a bunch of other games too, but this is not a Legacy game.
Okay.
And one of the things he was very excited about.
All right.
This is an episodic power fantasy in the Lovecraft universe. So in the 20s, where you guys are investigators trying to stop the ancient horror from taking over the world, instead of spending your time consumed by existential dread, you're like, nah, we're going to summon it and shoot it in the face, and it's going to die.
Okay.
Sometimes. Most of the time you're going to lose. You
were telling us in the seminar about that these survivors are very different than survivors we're used to running into in these type of things. As far as the game is concerned, you were saying that with these survivors, they're already insane. Most games, they're kind of building up to that point. So can you tell me a little bit about how the survivors handle that kind of
Yes. So the investigators in this game are they are your classic investigators. I mean, they're in the sense that they're a great diverse cast of crazy background people deciding that it is up to us to save the world from Cthulhu. But they do the things that you're not supposed to do in the Lovecraft universe. They just go and they read the dark magics, they study the spells, and they because they need it. They need that to get to Cthulhu. But of course, the trope that we kept from the Lovecraft universe is that the more power you accumulate, the more insane you get.
Okay.
So they're at the point where they already start the game insane.
Okay.
And that's one of the big hooks to the game. That's how you go in. It's like every episode has a feel like this is it. This is my last one because we're going to take out Haster, and they say in that voice to every single one of them. And they start off with this Insanity from the Insanity deck, and for example, the catatonic, or they can be pyromaniac or have psychotic outbreaks. And during the game, at specific points, that insanity is going to trigger and cause you to temporarily lose control of your character, and hopefully they're going to do something horrible, or they'll do something, if you're clever about it, you can actually do something advantageous and empowering.
Nice. So you can use it to your advantage.
Absolutely.
Very cool. And you were also talking about, with player death, that there's two different frames of work within each scenario with how that is accomplished. So how does that work as far as when you're playing these type of games, when a player dies?
Right. So, yeah, I mean, there's essentially two acts to every game, right? There's before the Elder One is summoned, where you guys are trying to disrupt the ritual to make it vulnerable. And then there's after, when the Elder One actually comes on and boom, the game changes and you have to kill off the Elder One. Before the Elder One's on the board, if anybody dies, game's over. You lose. Okay. Once the Elder One's on the board, you can die, and probably will. Very few people make this out alive. But as long as not everybody is dead, you can take out the Elder One and win.
Okay. And it seems like it's a theme with your games where you love seeing tears from the players. And I would assume this is no different? Lots and lots and lots of death?
I mean, the game's called Death May Die. It's not about puppies.
Okay. One other thing I was curious on... Okay.
It's not.
No puppies. One other thing I was curious on is with the enemies in each scenario. Mm-hmm. Is this going to be more of a run and gun game, or is it going to be where you have bigger enemies that players are going to have to coordinate and attack to bring down? How is that going to work?
Yes, it's going to be all those things. So the episodic nature of this game means that each episode is tailored to be as different an experience as we can possibly offer in this framework. Okay. So some episodes are going to be swarms and swarms of deep ones in a dungeon. Some of them are going to be, oh my god, it's just one Chthonian in a night gun, in a dimensional shambler. like going through them, and you have to coordinate or just stop them. Some of you may not even be able to fight them as very often.
Okay.
Everyone has a very, very different feel and a very different texture because we wanted a game where from episode to episode you have to kind of rediscover the game every time you play.
Neat. And it gives that layer of no matter what kind of a gamer you are, there's something in this for you.
Yeah, everybody's going to have a favorite episode.
Very cool.
Just like a TV show.
And you were saying that there's no overarching story. It's everything. It's one scenario that you're playing or episode,
right,
and it's done. So
yeah,
there
the episodes
is no need
self-contained.
to continually have the same group. You can experience this game with any group at any time.
Absolutely.
With just one-offs.
Exactly, yeah. All the episodes are standalone completely. You don't have to play them in order. You can play them any way you want. I mean, Rob and I we are writers in our spare time, so we love. Of course, we're going to drop little Easter eggs all over the place, but that's very subtle, and that's all I remember how to say.
Okay, and obviously, with you guys being Cool Mini or Not, these minis are absolutely stunning. So, with the minis, who designed them? Where did they come from?
So the art is by Adrian Smith. Well, sorry, it's two artists. Adrian Smith did the monsters, and Karl Kapinski of Godfather fame did the investigators.
Awesome.
They're so pulp awesome. That's the only way I can think of describe them. Adrian Smith is Adrian Smith. I mean, he took Cthulhu and filtered it through like heavy metal badass look, and that's what came out.
They are amazing.
The studio, the minis are sculpted by Studio McVeigh, so it's like kind of like the band's back together, just in a different world tour. We're doing a completely different game. But I mean, the quality should be familiar to everybody, but I've never seen Cthulhu miniatures like this.
Okay. One other thing that people were probably going to be interested in knowing is that with you doing the others, is this going to be a different experience from that? Or if people have played the others, are they going to be more familiar with this? Or are they going to want to keep one game versus the other? How would you say that they are different? So
one of the litmus tests I have with this game when we're playing with groups is who like the others. I'm like, we are not satisfied unless the people are like, no, it is a completely different game, and I want both of them on my shelf. This is not meant to be a replacement at all. Others has some Cthulhu inspiration to it, of course, but this is Cthulhu. And what we did is we zeroed in on the horror, on the monsters, on the players' insanities, and on the episodic nature of the game. Okay. So the focus is, besides having people on a map and creatures on a map, is completely different. So when are we expecting to potentially see this game? Soon-ish. Okay, and it's going to be Kickstarted, or it will be on Kickstarter soonish, and of course it will ship less soonish. It's some unfortunately that's all I can say. Sure. Okay, great. So hopefully in the next coming months, you guys will get to see more about this. I'm super excited about this. I can't wait to cover some more of this, let you guys know any other details that come up. And obviously CMON is going to be doing a lot of coverage on this. And so thank you for watching. If you guys have any questions or comments, please leave those in the comment section below, and I'll do my best to answer anything else that I can answer from the seminar that maybe isn't covered in the video. So until next time, guys, see you later. Bye.